going on, growers? It's James Prigioni coming to you live from Jersey. Today, me and Tuck want to take you along with us for a massive September garden harvest. I'm talking grapes on grapes on grapes. Let's go! The only way to start this garden harvest is to grab a ridiculous amount of grapes. Look at these Niagara grapes. Look how magical it looks when the sun glistens through the grapes. It's just absolutely incredible in my opinion. So we're not just grabbing green grapes today though, we're also gonna grab some purple grapes. Peer to the right just a little bit. We've got some Catawba grapes looking ripe, absolutely beautiful, and I can't wait to grab them. We're gonna start stacking them on this table right here, and I'll show you how I'm gonna harvest a bunch of them. But before I do that, I wanna show you something that could be encouraging. This grapevine, I bought both these grapevines just from Home Depot or Lowe's 10 or 12 years ago, stuck them in the ground, and now we're getting blessed with an insane amount of food. I want to take a quick second to mention me and Tuck just dropped the fall merch and we're super excited about it. We're really happy with the way it came out, so if you want to grab one and sport it all season long, grab one at jamesprigioni.com. As you go back up, you'll notice how I pruned these grapes so that all the fruit would be hanging right above us, and we could have just this picturesque place where we can harvest some grapes. Let's quit talking and get to some harvesting. First, let me grab a couple of these Catawbas right here. Look how beautiful they look. Oh, absolutely insane, especially when you take that the white stuff off it, that good bacteria. So we're gonna start stacking some of these up right here. And I really gotta harvest these Catawba grapes because the critters have really started to snack on a lot of them. So if you look right up here, just as they're starting to get ripe, the birds are coming by and snacking on all my grapes. So I'm gonna harvest a lot of them today. Let's get some of these green grapes too though. I mean, sometimes when I don't even know where to harvest them, there's just so many. It's like a game, a lot of fun. Look at this. What is that, like 10 seconds? And look at the beauty. This is why we grow food at home. Nothing like it. So let's keep stacking. Let's try to fill basically this whole entire table up. I'm not gonna do it all right now because I think it would get a little monotonous just standing here harvesting grapes for 20 minutes, but I'm gonna get a few more clusters. And then at the end, I'll show you what it looks like when they're all stacked on the table. Let's get some really nice ones like this one. Look at this thing. Let's cut this whole piece out. Look at that. Incredible. Let's get this one too, because why not, right? Oh my gosh. You love to see it. Let's stack this on the table. Look at that. Look how many are left and look how many we've gotten. So this is just the start. I'm gonna have more grapes than I know what to do with. It looks like we're gonna be doing a lot of processing, a lot of jelly making, but let's move on to some more harvest because we are just getting started. Let's go over here, grab one of the pears. I've shown you these before. These are the Chojuro pears, known as the butterscotch pear, because they taste like butterscotch when they're super ripe. They've started to fall to the ground. Look at this. Just in the last couple days or so, I just come by, bump into it, and it just falls into the ground. Look, that's ripe. Look how orange and yellow, look at the color. Oh man, I can't wait to taste this. This is when they truly taste like butterscotch. Let me bite into this one because this thing is perfectly ripe. Mmm. Completely different flavor than a couple weeks ago. It starts with that insane amount of sweetness, that butterscotch flavor, and then the end it's just mild, delicious, and almost crunchy like an apple. Like not super soft like a regular pear because this is an Asian pear, and I prefer the Asian pears over the European pears, to be honest. Let me show behind me. Let me show you. This is a persimmon tree. So we're still gonna be harvesting fruit even after the frost. That's when this one's ripe. So if you set things up correctly, you grow a diverse garden, you could be harvesting fruits for an insane amount of time. That's how we like to set it up. We've got some more pears down here that just fell on their own. Look at that, another beautiful one. I'm gonna grab that. Grab this one here. And then I'm probably gonna grab just a few more because we're getting to the point where they're so ripe and so sweet that the squirrels and everything are starting to take them. So we'll just grab a few more of these here. The ones that are super, super ripe. Look at that. We'll put that in and let's keep moving because we got plenty more things to grab. Swing to the right over here. Look at this Criolla de Cocina pepper. Have you seen like that many peppers on one plant? And this thing's grown in a bucket. So I've said it before, you don't have a good enough excuse not to grow food if you're trying to say that you don't have enough space or you don't have a place to plant into the ground. You don't have to grow in the ground. You can just grow in buckets like this. Let me grab a couple of these Jimmy Nardellos because I took a bunch of the Criollo de Cocinas before. Grab some of these Jimmys. Love this variety so much. So sweet, old Italian heirloom variety. Really good stuff. Let's go over here, we got another pepper. Grab this guy here. Not completely ripe, but still beautiful. It's definitely pepper time at this time of the year, so it's a lot of fun. Look at this candy cane zinnia, still doing excellent. Striking, my favorite flower, I think, visually of the year. And then let's grab some cucumbers right here. Here's the cucumber trellis that we put in just this year. Doing absolutely beautifully. Loaded with some cukes. Let's start down low here, grab this one. Very just perfectly looking cucumber. That's what you love to see, really nice stuff. Grab this one here. Another variety up top. More of them in here. Up here, but we're gonna leave those for now. They're kind of small. We got other things to grab, let's keep moving. Let's grab one of these Honey Crisp apples. I can't help but grab one every day. I don't like, grabbing them all at once. I like going out periodically and every day or two grabbing an apple, and then just, it's like every week or so I grab one and I get to taste how the maturing of the apple has changed the flavor. So like a couple weeks ago, they were kind of spritey. I'm assuming they're going to be a little sweeter at this time. So this is the one I'm going to grab right here. Look at the size of it. This is my all-time favorite flavored apple, the Honey Crisp. Look how easily that snapped off the branch. That's what you like to see. Again, it could use a couple more weeks of ripening, but these Honey Crisps, when you go to the store and buy them, this is usually what they look like. This still has an incredible flavor. It's got that more spritey flavor, then it ends with the extreme sweetness. Look at the shine, the natural shine. Just breathtaking. Let's get to the flavor. Lost a lot of its sweetness. Lost a lot of its sourness. Look at the color of the flesh. It's got that more tan color. This is real food. So incredibly delicious. Let's keep going, we got more stuff to grab. I'll finish snacking on that one later. Tuck's busy, but actually looks like we got a cucumber right here. Let's grab this cuke right there. And you'll notice there's a big squash just trellising along the ground. This is the Zucchino rampicante. I've got it growing in a few different places, but here I just allowed it to take over the whole section. There's a few fruits right down there that are small, about to get big, but they have a nice flavor to them. I tried them once already. And over there we've got the watermelon getting really big. We're just waiting on this baby to finish, but this is the Alibaba watermelon. Look at the sheer size of that beast. Can't wait to cut into that thing. I've got a few cucumbers over here I'm just gonna grab, hanging from my trellis back here. More of the suyo longs. We're just gonna take these real quick. I know I got another one hidden in there somewhere. There it is. And then we're gonna keep moving along. So let's grab these and let's keep going. I've talked about it before, but this is what happens when you grow a food forest. Sometimes you gotta hop over this, jump over that, but we just try to get the most out of the space that we have, and we have a blast doing it. Let's get some tomatoes here. This plant is just, it's so satisfying to me. It's blown me away because this is the tomato that I grafted. So I didn't expect it to be doing this well, but we're getting excellent production out of the grafted tomato. These sided tomatoes don't look great, but this side looks just incredible. And look, two varieties, same plant. Here's the blue cream berry. Striking color on these ones. And very mild, sweet flavor. An overall great tomato. Let's keep going though. We got a lot more stuff to grab. Let's swing into the other food forest. Before I move into that food forest, I want to show you something. These are the Mexican gherkins. Look how much it's taken over this whole entire fence line. So let me grab one of them and tell you how they taste. Look how many there are though, they're just everywhere. Look at these things. They look like little watermelons. Look at them. They're just stacked. Look how many, 5 right here. You couldn't harvest all these if you tried. There's that much fruit. Let's pop one into our mouths and taste it. Incredible crunch. It almost has that a little bit of that flavor when a cucumber is a bit overripe, a tiny hint of that sourness, but it doesn't have any bitter flavor at the end. It's actually a nice flavor. One thing I would mention is do not plant more than one of these because it will take over. Another thing I'll mention is This plant is going to reseed everywhere because there are so many Mexican gherkins. So if you don't want to deal with that, then don't plant it. But just know there's going to be a lot of plants you're going to have to pull out next year because this thing is going to reseed like a madman. We've got more zucchinis, peppers, and some stuff that I've never even shown you that I need to harvest. Let me hop back here and grab some stuff. Before that though, I actually dropped my pruners, so I'm gonna go back and get them. Grab the pruners, let's continue the harvesting. But before I do that, the boss is asking for some water. Let's give him a little bit. Tucky, over here boy, want some water, Tuck? So let's fill this thing up. It's getting hot out here. The boss needs his water because we need him to supervise, we need him to guide, and we need him to lead because that's what he is. The leader, we've been referring to him as the little boss. The little boss that makes big moves, right boy? If you love seeing the boss in the video, spam some hearts down low and hit the subscribe button. Another thing I wanted to mention is to grab some merch down at jamesprigioni.com. Grab a Food Forest shirt, grab a Team Grow shirt, and just be part of the team. Let's keep harvesting. I wanted to grab a few things. First, we'll grab this pepper right here. Look at the beauty, look at the color. Not the biggest pepper, but still a striking color on that. I've got some things I gotta grab in the back, something that I've never grown before and I'm super excited to show you guys. So let's move back here. I gotta dance around, do a little balance bean act, grab some peppers. So let's get that. A few peppers here. I'm gonna grab a zucchini back here too. Oh man, almost lost it. Nice zucchini back here. So this was a keyhole raised bed, but the squash and everything kind of took over and we had to let it happen. Let me grab something here that I've never grown. Check this out right here. A bitter melon. Let me bring it over. So I showed you a bitter melon that I grew earlier in the year. And if you guys missed it, it was definitely a treat because I tried to eat the bitter melon raw and let's just say I shouldn't have done that. It was one of the most bitter, terrible tasting things I've ever had. But now I know you need to cook it up. Look at this. Tell me this thing doesn't look like it's from another planet. Absolutely beautiful looking, striking. This is the Okinawan bitter melon. So really cool. One thing that caught my attention was I'm pretty sure if it's perfectly ripe that the seeds inside should be red. So I'm hoping the seeds are red inside and it just looks even cooler. Let's check it out and then we'll bring it inside and I have to cook it up. Hey, this guy's stealing my peppers. What are you doing, buddy? Stealing my peppers. This guy's always grabbing something from the garden. Let's see. No red seeds yet, so I probably should have let it go a little longer. Still a really cool looking fruit, but I think it's pretty obvious this is my first time ever growing the bitter melons because this isn't the first mistake I made in regards to the bitter melons, but we'll learn, we'll grow, and we'll adjust. Right, boss man? He'll have to teach me something. Let's keep going. I gotta show you this variety of grapes after I get to a couple tomatoes. It's the Reliance grape. It's got the most beautiful sets on it. And the grapes are seedless, so the color and the flavor, oh, man, it's so good. More beans that we need to harvest. Look at this. Dragon tongues out the wazoo. Purple beans, so many. Tough to stay on top of them because they're so dang productive. Let's keep going. Check out the Lemon Boy tomato. This thing is always my favorite late season producer. It just kicks out tomatoes. When everything else slows down, this thing doesn't even take a breath. It just keeps pumping out tomatoes. Get those ones in. And then I got a nice fat one here. Another one here. Yeah, this tomato doesn't know when to slow down headed into fall. It just keeps on going and it will continue to produce up until the frost. Gotta love it. Behind me to the left here are these German lunchbox tomatoes too. Really enjoying these. Kind of an odd size. It's like right between a cherry and like a little bigger one. It's like an egg tomato, the shape. Pretty good, nice flavor, but overall good production on this tomato. Impressed with it, definitely. Especially for it not being a hybrid. So look at this guy. Every time I turn around, I'm getting robbed. He's always looking for something different. All right, let's keep going. I gotta show you that. I gotta show you those grapes real quick. Let me bring you over to the Reliance and just, I mean, they look so cool. Come this way. So these purple grapes growing along the fence line, it's so easy for the birds to see it. So they have just ravenously attacked all my stuff. The insect netting has helped tremendously, but they still got a good amount of them. I still have one incredible set left. I gotta show you. Look at these. Look at the Reliance grape. These ones are so amazing. They don't have seeds in them. The flavor is incredible and definitely my favorite fresh eating grape of any of the varieties that I'm growing. So good, almost indescribable. Let's see if Tuck wants a carrot. I'm gonna bring him over to a section. And as you walk by, just notice how we're lowering and leaning these tomatoes. So this trellis is more than just getting, 10 tomatoes in 10 square feet and getting a lot out of that square footage. It's about getting the most out of the vertical growth and bending them like this so it's accessible and easy for us to harvest. Come on this way. A couple more peppers over here. You notice I plant a lot of my things all in polycultures, all different kind of plants growing together symbiotically, helping to support one another and helping to confuse a lot of pests. Here's the white satin carrots. I know a lot of these, some of these got massive because I, look at the double carrot. I left him a little long. Let's get a better one for the boss. He doesn't deserve a double carrot. He deserves a massive, beautiful white satin. Hey, back off, boss. Here you go. These ones have incredible flavor on them. I don't think, does he want that one? Nah, he'll take a bite or two. And actually, let me take a bite because these ones, the thing about this carrot is it kind of looks ugly. It looks like almost like a parsnip, but it grows incredibly well and the flavor is amazing. So it's definitely worth planting, not for like an artisan, selling it maybe at a, artisan carrot. It's not that. It's not anything incredible looking. Like I said, it's kind of ugly, but such good flavor. I took too big of a bite of that one, but really sweet, especially for not even heading into winter. A lot of these carrots I want to save in the ground so that once we get it cold weather, it brings out the sugars in the carrots and makes the flavors even better. This is a big, massive orange one though that we gotta grab. Splitting at the end, probably left this one a little bit too long, but look at that. Massive carrot. One more I'll grab. Just because once you start harvesting them, it's almost like addicting. It's fun to grab them out of the ground. Look at this one. That is a carrot. And look at the boss. Looks like the boss likes the orange ones better. What do you think, boy? Let me give you a piece of this one. I think they're actually too big for him, to be honest. Let's see. He can't even bite it. A little too big. It looks like they're tuck approved for sure though. Let's keep moving. I'm just gonna grab one or two more things and I'll let you go. It's just, once you get started with these kind of videos, harvesting all the stuff, it's almost impossible to stop. Let me go this way. Just grab a few peppers here, then we'll call it a day. They're Purple Beauty, productive pepper, does really well. Get some harvests out of these little guys here. So, and actually let's grab this eggplant before we leave. Final thing, eggplant here. Oh yeah, you love to see it. Still got some apples and stuff that aren't right behind me. And it's just a lot of fun to know that not only do we have a big harvest today, but there's still so many things that we have to grab in the future. So it's like, I don't know, it's a paradise. The bad thing is, I've talked about it before, it's a paradise for every animal and every bird. So sometimes it's a bit of a competition to get to the harvest before they do. But overall, couldn't be happier with the harvest, and me and Tucker are so happy you guys are here with us. That's today's video, growers. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. These are always mine and Tuck's favorite videos, just running around like a madman, feeling like a kid on Christmas, just grabbing presents, everywhere you turn around. It's just so much fun. And you got the boss fighting his way through the vines, looking for cucumbers, just having a blast out here too. It's definitely a paradise for all of us. So much fun. Look at that little guy. It's so funny when he's going through the cucumbers and stuff. The best is when we come out early in the morning and the dew is on the plants and he's like walking through all the vines and stuff and his face is just all soaked and then he just comes. It's hilarious and the guy is so precious. Look at the face. How can you be mad at this guy? Make sure you spam some hearts down in the comments if you love seeing the little boss in the videos and smash that subscribe button. Right, boy? Me and Tuck also wanted to thank one of our newest channel members, Jay Terry. Thanks for being a part of Team Grow. Thanks for contributing. Thanks for having your hand in the grape harvest, because you do, and every other harvest that we get out of this garden. It's always hard for me to close these videos out because I want to spend as much time with you guys as I can out here, because I have got a little too much pride for the garden, but when you put a lot of work and time into something and it actually pays off, it's definitely a rewarding experience. So I want everyone to have these same opportunities that I have, and even if you don't have the space, you can still get it in a bucket. Last thing I wanted to mention is grab some of the merch down at jamesprigioni.com. Grab a Food Forest shirt, grab a Team Grow shirt, and join the team. James and Tuck will be back at you again real soon. We out.